Alright, so I said I was gonna make a troll loadout for mental, and this is it. Now, like I said before, all the troll loadouts are basically the same. There isn't really a big difference between the different trolls or the loadouts. It's all the same. You want to make sure you got your power over time move. Sorry, your power over time move, your power dump move, your supercharge, and your debuffs, okay? Your healer debuff, your defense debuff, your damage debuff, right? This one's damage, this one reduces defenses, and this is your healer debuff, alright? Now, like I said before, when you're doing trolling, you want to make sure you use the defense debuff the most, because it's going to weaken the defenses of the enemy, making it easier for the DPS to burn the enemy down and kill them faster. If you're in a boss fight and you use the defense debuff on any boss, that boss will die faster, okay? You got the damage debuff, which reduces the damage that the enemy is going to do. And you got a healer debuff, which is a must for PvP. If you're in PvP, it's your job as the troll to debuff the healer's heals. So that way the healer won't be able to heal the team, and your team will be able to win easier. I would use the defense debuff on the healer, and the heal debuff makes it easier for you to kill them, because you're going to lower their defenses and reduce the amount of healing they can do, and they'll die faster, alright? You have your supercharge. For most of the trolls, the supercharge you're going to go with is going to be the same one. You're going to go with the supercharge that puts shields around the entire team and gives them power over time at the same time, okay? For gadgets, you should probably use Word of Power in the Iconics instead, because gadgets does not have one of these shield supercharges. You got your power dump and your healing over time. I mean your power over time, sorry. I'm used to playing as a healer. Now, you're going to try and clip these moves with your weapon mastery, right? Now watch the bar at the bottom of the screen. You see the bar at the bottom of the screen says explosive shot mastery, and you see it power up. When that bar gets to be full, that's when you're going to use your power dump, or you're going to use your power over time move. And during most raids and alerts, you're going to be doing this. You're going to be using your power over time, and you're going to use your power dump. That's what you're going to be doing. And now and then, you're going to go throw in your defense debuff. Now if you look at the sparring target's name at the top of the screen, you'll see underneath it there's a red shield. Now look again, you'll see that there's a red heart. Look again, and there's a red target sign. That lets you know that the enemy is being debuffed. Now if you see an enemy and they have a green shield underneath of their name, that is the game telling you what type of debuff you need to use for that enemy. So if you see a green shield underneath the enemy's name, use the debuff that goes along with it. I've been in so many raids where the boss has a green shield under their name, and for some reason the troll keeps using heal debuffs on them. Okay? The heal debuff you're going to be using the least in raids and alerts. You're going to be using that the least. You'll be barely using it at all, okay? The only time you really need to use the heal debuff is when you see a green heart under the enemy's name, alright? If you're in PvP, you're going to be using that debuff on healers the most, to kill the healers. And you only need to use it on healers, really. Now, so the debuffs you're going to be using the most is by far the defense debuff the most, so that way you can make the DPS kill the bosses and kill the enemies faster. And the damage debuff, especially on bosses, so that way the boss won't do as much damage. But more than anything, you're going to be clipping your power over time and your power dump with your weapon mastery. When you see that shiny circle that comes around you, and that cha-ching noise, that's letting you know that you're doing it right. Now and then you're going to throw in the defense debuff, And you're just going to keep doing this throughout the entire raid. The entire alert, the entire raid, you're going to be doing this. Alright? And then you got your supercharge, which gives power to the entire group. I'm going to waste my power so that you can see it and see it work. Alright. So now I'm out of power. I'm going to use my supercharge and it's going to power me up. This guy is inspect for troll, but look at my power go all the way up, alright? So it shields your entire group and gives them power over time. It's the same supercharge you use for every single troll. Every single troll has the same loadout. Power over time, power dump, damage debuff, defense debuff, heal debuff, okay? It's very simple. The trolling is probably, I wouldn't say it's the easiest thing, but it's the easiest to come up with a good loadout for. It's not hard to come up with a good troll loadout. Just as long as you got the debuffs in there, and your power over time, and your power dump with your supercharge, you're good. You can use any debuff you want, like I said. I spec into this tree, but you can choose to spec into this tree instead if you want. I like using this instead of the other one. I could use that for power over time. You know, I could use telekinesis for power over time, you know. But I tend to use the other one more for some reason. But yeah, see, this tree has debuffs for everything too. There's your defense debuff right there. Let's see what else we got. Here's your heal debuff right there. And your damage debuff right there. So you can spec into either tree, but you have to spec into telekinesis in order to get your power dump. Okay, one tree will have a power dump, but both trees have power over time and debuffs. So every troll is really the same. You know, it's not like healing where each healer loadout has their own healer loadout and their own way of using that loadout. With this, it's really, you use whatever. With the trolls, you just use the same loadout for every single troll, and you use it the same way. So that's it. That's mental trolling for you. Have a good one.